Hello, my name is Shelly. Welcome back for another episode of 103 Black Ice as PRC. In previous episode, we managed to almost cut the Japanese off from Tokyo, at least the majority of the troops in here. And I think today we'll probably be able to do that. It's probably not going to be instant, of course, but they don't have that much troops in here, as far as I can tell, so we should be fine. Oh, and we won another battle in the Eastern Front, or rather Western Front, I suppose, for us. Eastern for the Germans. We're still doing some bombing runs in Kiryu, so we'll hopefully... Oh, there we go, another victory in Mabashi. So hopefully we can get in there soon. And then we're also trying to get into Matsumoto already. And that would already cut off the land route in there. Now, we do have a bit of issue with fuel. Although that, right, since we just... Well, this is a new session and all that, it doesn't factor in the conversion of... oil or energy to oil and all that, so there's a bit of delays in there. We still of course have the battle in Himeji, and I think we may need to retreat that armored division back, but we'll probably send in something else instead. Plus we got quite a bit of reserves there anyway, so I think the enemy's going to be taking a pretty good amount of casualties in there. So actually we are gaining some fuel currently. Probably not a huge amount, but oh, there we go, Victoria Hitachi. So we're holding off for the enemies there. Do we have anyone else to send into this combat? We do. And we've now cut off the enemy. But they do not have a land route anymore. We may need to send in another unit over there just to make sure that we can hold off in Toyota. And then I suppose since we cut them off, we can now start pushing in with these two to reduce the frontage a little bit further. So 4 units versus, technically speaking 3, but there's only one actual well, it's not really even a proper combat unit. 1 conscript division and 2 headquarters, one of which probably does have a like AA guns or something like that, but that's about it. Yeah, that one's got some AA guns, I think. Oh, and now Matsumoto is under attack. Well, we got 2 divisions in there. I suppose what I could do is I could send one of these down south there as well, and then we've already started to get into Toyama. We are already attacking there as well, so potentially what we could do in due time is try to get attack into Kimagaya. Well, once we're taking Kiryu, and then maybe Yokohama, and then start pushing them, or pushing through Mito and Chiba, and then clear out the city of Tokyo. Of course, it's a little bit easier said than done. Oh, Toyama, oh, there we go, so we won that battle. And now we're still fighting in here. I'm not entirely sure if we'll win this combat, to be fair, but I guess we could send another unit down this way. Maybe give a bit of a hand there. And I suppose we've got some bombers right now, don't we, that are idle. Toyama we've already taken, so we can switch our target in here. And over here we've got... Actually, do we have... Matsumoto is already out, so we can start doing bombing runs in Takayama. So slowly but surely we start reducing the areas in here. And I suppose this one's another thing that we could probably... You've been attacking in Takayama already. Ah, okay. What about the... Ah, right, that's in Truga? Oh, well, that's not been a target for a long while. Oh, but you do not have the range. I'll probably bring these to Sasaki then. I'll use the reserve trick to get them in there. And then we'll switch the target to Nara for a ground attack. So that way we can at least reduce the enemy strength in most of these combats that we have in here. Ooh, large battery capacity. So submarines get a bit more air defense, less visibility, and more sea defenses and positioning. That's quite nice. Actually, is that, that was once only, wasn't it? Yes, okay. Well, still getting some of the better submarine techs. Admittedly, we are a bit behind on the submarine techs, like so many other techs as well, but we are definitely catching up on some of it. Right, so, oh, there we go. One of the headquarters already shattered in Nara. So, oh, actually both of them. So now there's only the conscripts in there. Oh, they got another headquarters in there. Alright then. So actually, if we can... We might want to cut them off in Kyoto, and then just have the Osaka pocket in there start running out of supplies within a reasonable time frame. They still have over 160 units attacking Himeji, so it's still a bit costly attack for them, I reckon. We've gotten a little bit of pillboxes and all that, although if we have a look at the... So there must be some units that are getting... Yeah, that's getting fort modifier a little bit, so it's just not all of the units necessarily get the same amount of fort modifier. Oh, there's also the weather impact. Okay, yeah, there we go. So it's just, I think it's, if the fort Or if the units have a lot of force attack, then that kind of nullifies the fort's actual defense capabilities. Oh, size shields, armor protection to level 3, and high caliber cannons ammunition to level 1. Hold it, high caliber. Oh, right, that's aeronautical. What's that? Reduces air defense and speed, especially close air fighters, heavy fighters, and jet fighters. Increases heart attack a lot, and reduces surface defense a little bit, but it's basically for close air support. That's really nice. Also, we are almost at the start of the year. We don't have the advanced resource substitution available right now as an option, but that's alright. I'll get to that eventually. So yeah, our fuel situation is starting to be rather dire. Oh, and we may need to pull back one of these units. Of course, the fuel situation is mostly dire on our capital, not so much on the troops over here, for example. Like, I'm pretty sure we've got a fairly good amount of supplies up here. Plus, we've now combined these. So where are we? Oh, Akita is now the primary. Okay. And that, of course, oh yeah, we get more supplies in here as well. There we go. Matsumoto seems to be still pretty fine. I'm pretty sure that with enough bombardment, we can take Nagano. And then how we're doing over here? Oh, well... Oh, we got another unit joining in. Good. I think we can probably hold on most of these combats. And of course, if we can push... Oh, rockets. Oh, there we go. So, reducing speed a bit further, but it's, again, mostly for the interceptors, close air support fighters and such. So, more hard attack... Oh, actually, it's soft attack and hard attack, both. What about... Okay, so... Oh, also a bit of sea attack. Okay. On close air support, especially. Oh, well, there we go. We're actually regaining some of the fuel. Huh. Well, that's good. Yeah, we've got a lot of ground attacks in here. And the enemy is still going to be wasting so much of their manpower in here. Actually, do we have the information? We only got one spy right now. According to our spy, though, the Japanese have 0 manpower. They got very tiny industry. So the amount of manpower that they need to reinforce everything is probably prohibitive at this stage. Can we actually see any of the... Okay, Kanazawa is their supply hub in here. I don't know how much supplies they have in there, though. I suppose they might have some convoys, but at the same time, actually... We got... Oh, right, we got the assault ships in here. Right, I see. They won't really be able to do too much in there. I suppose what I could do... So I could put in these for a bit of convoy raiding in there, and then do we have another set of... These could actually... No, it's probably best to stay in here right now, actually. With the battle fleet. Oh, Narva Minsk is under attack once more. There's some Soviet troops in there that are somewhat damaged, but our troops are doing fine. And the battle for Kaluga continues, although our troops have taken a fair bit of organization damage in there. But yeah, there's another victory against the Germans. So how is the Western... Oh, the Allies have reached the border with Switzerland already. They've gotten into Ruhr. And most of France has been liberated. They have managed to take a little bit more ground in northwestern Spain. And southern Spain is pretty large, but I think they've lost a lot of terrain there. I think. I'm not entirely sure. But I think so. And I believe they're now retaking Cyprus. And the Soviets are still holding at least a little bit in eastern Ukraine. Now, at least since we've got the troops in here, they won't get into Moscow all that easily. I suppose that does give the Soviets a little bit of, well, they're still pretty low on manpower, admittedly, but maybe they'll get a little bit of it back over time. Right, we just need to break the enemy in Nara. Oh, and there we go, there's the end of the year. The air support advance. That's good, specialized anti-air ammunition. So even more hard attack for the close air support and all that. So any sort of... armored units are probably going to be quite upset. Economic boost, we could probably go just with the short-term investments. We don't lack too much money. Espionage, what are we currently on? Economic spying. Okay, so we get the IC efficiency from that. That's not really the worst. Although I suppose, let me just double check. We do have a bit of espionage going. I could switch the espionage focus, just get extra spies. Because we do need it. A little bit more of them, I reckon. Now, how's our attacking in here? It's still not going all that strong. We may need to cancel this attack at some point. This one's holding fairly well, though, so I'm not too worried about that. And I'm pretty sure that Nara will fall sooner or later. Oh, yeah, I mean, we're doing pretty good damage with the ground attacks in there. And we also did deal a bit of damage on the troops in Takayama, attacking us in Matsumoto. I think Toyota we are able to hold on for now, at least. So that's good. How's the battle? Oh, yeah, there we go. Speak of the devil. The attack in Kiryu is having a bit of a hard time. We may need to pull back. Oh, so we could send in another one of these in and pull back the naval infantry. Actually, we might also pull back the other infantry division from here, because they're not really in all that great of shape. Oh, government secretary focus. We can get the unit recruitment time reduced, which is a decent thing. Territorial pride could be also kind of nice. Actually, the revolt risk might not be a bad one. We'll go for that one. And then I think, well, we got a fairly good unity already. So we could maybe even go... I'm pretty sure there's still... Oh yeah, we've got plenty of descent reduction still. So I'm going to go with the moderate... Well, actually, we're going to go with... minor tax increase. Oh, Allies capture Amsterdam. Alright then. Well, good for them, I suppose. Good for them. Well, we're trying to beat back or defeat Japan in here. Plus, make sure that Soviet Union doesn't fall. So we're a little bit occupied. And unfortunately, the Soviets have been having a lot of hard time. The problem, I think, part of it is at least the fact that they've been building so many units because they get a massive IC from the Lend-Lease. And thus, they're not really being able to keep up. Oh, there we go. We got the victory in Kaluga. Finally. Do we have any more troops in here? So what do we have in there? We got mostly... Oh, right. The Soviets are probably going to be able to get to Obninsk. Do we have... Okay, I do have some troops in here. Do we actually... No, we don't have fuel. So counterattacks over there are not really going to happen. But Kaluga is ours now. And that's going to give the Soviets a little bit manpower and leadership. Nothing massive, mind you. Plus a new airfield, actually. That's a bit more important, I would say. And yeah, we might want to get in there with some troops. Although it is plains, so it's not really the easiest place to defend. But we've got fairly good units in here to send in there. They don't require too much fuel either, so it should be largely fine. So how are we doing in Nara? They are probably shattering... Oh, well, there we go. Another automotive factory in Fuzhou. Very good. Now, let me just double check that we don't have any... No, I don't think we have the... other event, or the advanced resource substitution event available yet. It was a bit of a shame, but oh well. Okay, I'm gonna stop that attack as a major defeat. I'll let them do some counterattacks instead, and wreck their troops that way. Because yeah, one by one these are gonna be shattering, and then of course that means even more manpower that they need to reinforce everything. Well, that's one down. Well, one of the units down, I presume. How's that attacking here? There's so many troops in there. I'm going to go ahead and just cancel this attack as well. There's 25,000 men that we lost there. But now that we've cut them off in there, I'm pretty sure... Actually, where do we have the naval bombers? We do naval strikes. How about you start doing some convoy raiding in here? Do we have the other set of... Oh yeah, we do. Convoy raiding. So that way... If they do actually have convoys going through, or trying to go through, we can probably sink them, and thus they'll have a bit less supplies in here. We can see that they've got still a decent supply situation, according to our information, which is admittedly not a full-on information, or particularly accurate information, perhaps. Ooh, submarine engine advance, air-independent propulsion is available for research, and light cruiser armor thickness advance. Let's have a look at the submarine things. So the air-independent propulsion, that is 1946 tech, actually. Oh, right, but that reminds me, we should probably go through the text again and put in the 46 text in real quick. So I'll be back in a bit. There we go, so we've got about 230 research going after all of that. We're still doing a pretty good amount of the ground attacks over here. We're still all between Meiji and Nagoya, well, mostly around Nagoya, really. Hey, there we go, victory in Mabashi. Second victory in Mabashi. The enemy planes don't seem to be too active as far as we can tell. Also, do we have the... Ooh, I think they might be having some supply issues already. They probably won't run completely out of supplies anytime soon. That's the battle in... Oh! Well, the Battle of Nara will be over soon. They're down to 11% strength there. So if they don't shatter soon, I'll be a bit surprised. And there we are. 5,000 casualty for us, but they did technically speaking lose a lot more than the 3,500 in there. Ooh, there we go. Dual purpose guns, submarine snorker advance. There we go. Also, we're now going to get the electro boat research, which is going to then unlock the. Actually, it's not the only thing. We need the thick pressure hull as well for the electro submarine, and then we need to get the electro boat. So these two, and then we're going to start researching electro submarines, which presumably have very low visibility. They might not be as effective in combat necessarily always, but you know, if they don't get spotted, then that's already a plus in my books, I would say. We've still got a fairly good total industry, which is of course always nice. Are we getting anything in production soon enough? We're going to be getting some industry. Well, submarines in February. Oh, another radar imagery. Oh, that'll actually be quite nice. We'll get some more intel into the situations over here. Which, oh yeah, they're already having some supply issues in Kanazawa. And I think the supply issues are going to start spreading soon enough. Oh, we can actually see Osaka. Okay, so they've got 12,000 supplies in there, but they use almost 300 per day. Let me just quickly calculate how many days worth of supplies do they actually have still there. It's about 45 days, so it's still quite a while. But if this speed continues, well, I suppose one of the things is that they keep shattering some of their troops, thus they'll even have supplies for a bit longer time. And they're probably shattering several units a day. Well, there goes another unit. That didn't shatter, though, but... oh, Mabashi is under attack. Well, they're attacking Kiryu. Oh, or from Kiryu, rather. Matsumoto was a victory. Now they're attacking with another unit. Of course, it is... actually, it is not a river crossing penalty. They're attacking from the west. We need to wait for some of these troops to be ready to attack Nagano again. Although, technically speaking, if we were to get some more troops, didn't we have... oh yeah, we are getting another corps of infantry in here. So if we transport these into Nagoya, and then maybe cut these off in here, I mean, it's not going to be easy attacking the mountain woods there, admittedly. Alternatively, we could try to get them to help cut off enemies in Kyoto, and then start clearing out the northern side. Oh, there we go. Victory in Mabashi. They've still got 4 units in here. Well, actually, no, that's not exactly correct. No, they've got about 5 units in here. Hey, long-range submarine class advance. There we go. So we're giving it even more things. Silent Run reduces the speed a little bit, but reduces the visibility as well. Then air conditioning increases morale, reduces the range a little bit, but that's alright. Could potentially get the support submarine to sort of counteract the range drops, but then it reduces the air defense, and I'm not entirely sure if I want to take that one then. Right, well, the battle in Himeji is still continuing, and oh wow, the leader is almost skill level 7 there. Alright then. They've still got 139 units in reserves, which is still quite a few. Of course, a decent chunk of them are already somewhat damaged units. But, you know, we're still holding on fairly well in here, so I'm not too worried about it. And our... oh, right, yeah, we've got on to Nara. And then we're bombing run into Nagano. So how's the unit looking in there? They're a little bit worse for wear, but not too bad yet. But they are running definitely a bit low on room in here. Can I see... no, I can't see... situation in Osaka in terms of supplies currently. I'm sure that once we have some planes fly over, then that's probably going to change the situation once more. Right, so these were the ones that we're doing contact in Nara. I suppose what I could do... no, I don't know if that actually is going to work quite as intended. I'm going to start doing some ground attacks over there instead. So I was thinking maybe doing bombing runs in Kyoto, because there is a combat going from Osaka, or the troops in combat in Osaka, rather, then he would fly over that most likely, and then get shot down, essentially, by almost all of the planes. So he would fly very rarely, and it would never really reach Osaka itself. Ah, there we go, thick pressure hull. So that unlocks some of the upgrades in here. And of course, that is one of the prerequisite takes for the electro submarine class. So there we are. Slowly improving our submarines. They have been fairly useful in this war. At least they sank one battleship, which was quite nice. Matsumoto combat is still... it's not too bad for us, admittedly. Right, but of course we still need to... I don't know how well we'll be able to attack Kiryu. It might not be very easy. But once we get some more reinforcements, of course, we've got some more troops in here. We can maybe go ahead and send a few more units into there. Oh, actually... there's not that much defenders in Osaka, or Kyoto, sorry. I'm going to take 4 of these. Start attacking there. We'll have some of these just rest there. 2 of these going to give support attack. And then maybe we'll go ahead and send the other 2 infantry to the north as well. And then do we have any more troops that need to retreat? Well, I suppose the 60th Division could probably pull back. So we'll send that one to Maizuru. I've still got several units in the reserves there, so I'm not too concerned about the situation. And now the Kyoto combat has already started. Hey, victory in Mabashi. It's mostly headquarters in there, so there's not really anything too strong in terms of defenses. I mean, if we do have a look at the numbers for that combat, they got 13,000 men versus our 66,000. And of course, that's only the 4 units currently attacking. We'll have another 2 joining in from the other side. Actually, we could even give a support attack from here. The idea is that we give them the development penalty with our troops. Sorry, it's not going to be instant right now since we're still waiting for the reinforcements from the south. Although, actually, one of them should be joining the combat right about now. There we are. So now they've got the development penalty. The enemy conscripts over there have taken pretty hefty casualties. I don't know how much they started with casualties already at the combat, so that's a very good question, I would say. And how's the... Oh, right, they are attacking from Kiryu. We don't know the exact numbers of troops there. Do we know... Oh, there we go. We know that they've got supply issues in both of these provinces already. And if we take Kyoto, Osaka... Well, they've still got a lot of supplies in there, I reckon. It's probably going to be at least a month before they run out. Nope, I think we just shattered one of the headquarters. Which, to be fair, doesn't really surprise me all that much. The headquarters aren't really meant for combat most of the time. They can be made to be combat capable, of course, but the AI usually doesn't have that great combat capability units as headquarters. Or headquarters as a unit, I suppose. But we just need to clear out that one, and then Osaka will be in a pocket. Right, how's the situation on the Western Front? We could move in some more troops into Obninsk. Provide some help there, and then maybe... Well, no, we still don't really have the fuel. We might have fuel... No. Oh, we do actually have fuel in here. Just barely, though. Oh, I wonder... If we could try cut off the enemy somewhere in here... Well, we'd have to take Svenigorod, I reckon, and then from there we can maybe get to Ruza. And then cut off at least a few enemy units in here, but I don't know how well we'll be able to do that. We're going to go ahead and leave a few units back in here, I think. We actually will send in a few more units into Narva-Minsk. And then we'll still have a bit of troops guarding the sort of flank. Well, actually, what we can probably do with these troops is the ones that we kind of left behind. It's going to move those to Suvorov. And then these can start moving south as well. Providing a bit more sort of a fallback line for the Soviets if need be. While I focus on the Japanese still. Oh, that's got to be a NATO shattered unit, I reckon. Yeah, I think... Well, yeah, I think that was indeed a shattered unit. Now, how's the battle in Kyoto? They still got almost 10,000 men, but got 115, so I think it's going to be quite an easy victory for us. They're still stacking with several units from Kiryu, so I think it might be time to do a renewed attack into there. We might leave a couple of units behind for now. But with these, we can hopefully... Oh yeah, they're not really that strong. With some bombardment, we might be able to break these. Of course, they probably have more troops heading in here. But we can then maybe cut off that attack entirely. Matsumoto is not looking the best in terms of troops. I mean, we're still able to hold in there for a while, I reckon. Oh, payment received. Here we go. We've got over 50,000 now. Actually, let's have a look at what do we need in... Oh, was there the build resource substitution? Oh, yes, there was. We'll try to get some more crude oil, so that's going to go in Beijing. Do that. I suppose, did we already... No, we did not have the oil rigs in there yet, but we can build up some of that. Let me just go ahead and make sure that all the oil rigs are currently in production. Well, we don't have that much extra in production, actually, anyway. So, yeah. They are now. Hopefully we can... Oh, right, and I suppose we should probably go ahead and keep on building the infrastructure in there. Right, how's battle in Kyoto? Down to 40... Less than 42% strength on the conscripts, and then there's a couple of headquarters, and that's about it. They are having some lack of supply... Actually, severe lack of supplies there. Another victory in Mabashi. So I suspect that the... Oh, medium tank destroyer advanced. There we go. What is our medium tank destroyer now, then? It is Su-85. But it's got okay stats, so it's 11 soft attack, 24 hard attack, 64 piercing, 40 armor, 18 defense, 13 toughness, 5 air defense, minus 25 softness, or 25% softness, and decent speed. It does take a decent bit of fuel, but it's not the worst. Within in there, it doesn't, well, it does take a decent bit of time to build actually as well. But we might get some of those later on, but right now I think the fuel is a bit of an issue, although we are slowly increasing our oil production for sure, but it might take a while before it's fully effective. Oh, and we got the Bank of International Settlements. Let's go ahead and get probably the science, just to get more leadership. There we are. Right, I want us to have a look at the resource that we need. We got a zinc shortage, nickel shortage, molybdenum shortage. So I suppose what we'll do is we'll buy some zinc. That's something that I'm sure is available. We'll buy it from the Soviets, but they'll get a bit of money so they can buy some more resources. Although they don't get a full amount of money when I'm buying, so it might actually, technically speaking, hinder them more than it helps. Well, we're not quite ready to continue attacking into Nagano, but we will do that eventually. But hopefully the attack into Kyoto will be a great success. Well, the fact that the enemy is going to be running out of supply, or they have basically run out of supplies of both of these areas already, should mean that in about a month or so, we'll be able to clear out at least all of this pretty easily. Once we've taken Kyoto, of course. And then, oh, right, we've got a pillbox in Karma. Right, that's the pillboxes going all the way to the western border in case Soviet Union falls, which is unlikely to happen at this stage. Unless it's against the Allies, because if we do not get the victory conditions, or sufficient amount of victory conditions from the fight against the against the Axis, I suppose, mostly, then it might mean that we'll need to do a war against the Allies. Now, it looks like the Allies, well, they have definitely pushed pretty far east already. They've entered Germany from multiple points. Oh, Minsk is under attack. Well, that's going to be a rather easy victory. They are taking very heavy casualties there. 600 in a matter of about 3 hours. And that was an armored division attacking us. Oh, there we go. We are slowly shattering troops in Kiryu. I suppose the thing is, of course, the Japanese have very little industry left behind. So once they... Oh, well, they don't even have any industry in Kyoto. Okay. But they do have the military academy in there. Oh, and the conscripts have been pushed out of there. So now it's just 2 headquarters. They got a little bit of support units in there. But nothing too serious. One of them has like artillery and maybe some anti-air and such. Has the zinc shortage gone? Fighter bomber prototype advanced to level 8. Well, there we are. And Mabashi is once more under attack. Now we're looking on Matsumoto. It's not great. I suppose what we could do is I'm going to send one of these in there. And then we'll retreat one of these behind if need be. Oh, there we go. Matsumoto was a victory. I have a feeling that the battle in Kiryu is not going to go enough, or well enough, so I'm going to stop these. It's going to be another 10 war exhaustion though, which is not ideal, but it's not... Oh, a victory at Kyoto. Well, there we are. I think we can probably go ahead and send one of these in there. Make sure that they do not retake that, although they are running solo on supplies in here, I reckon. I don't think they'll be able to do much. We do not know their current situation in Osaka yet, but I think basically well, no, there's still some areas that have supplies, but most of them do not. So we can probably break these in due time. Matsumoto is under attack once more, but the enemy is not going to be there for much longer, so... At least for now. So that wasn't a fairly easy victory. Oh, and there we go. That's another attack into Matsumoto from the western approach. And from Takayama. So I do... Hey, light armor recon is available. Now, what is our light armor recon? I don't know if I'll be building a lot of them. We could probably at least have a look at the stats of it. It does have a bit more soft and hard attack. It's got a decent piercing. It's got 20 armor. But it says light armor recon 3, so it's just a generic name. But that's alright. I mean, it's been added into the game relatively recently. So there is that. But yeah, it's got good armor, it's got okay defense, it's got really good toughness actually. At 40. I mean, it's pretty comparable to the motorcycle and armored car are pretty comparable in terms of toughness, but of course the softness is minus 5%. It doesn't have the best air defense, but it's okay. And it's got fairly good speed. It doesn't take that much fuel actually. It's relatively quick to build, it gives you a bit of armor practical, so they could technically be useful. Probably not going to go into those quite yet though, because we still have a bit of fuel issues. And we also have the issue that we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also get the link down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.